Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Galactic War Games. And for those that have been living inside a nebula or inside the core of their planet for the past month, let's simply recap this last Galactic War Games until we get on to our final event. As we all know, it's been approximately 10 galactic years since our last War Games, and our surprise was that the humans have come out on top on almost every single event that they were in. And this time, they have gone into first place into every single event. In particular, the distance run was once again shown up by every single human in the event. This time, they're allowed to have 4 of their own. And it was actually interesting, ladies and gentlemen, that we were able to get a microphone close and we could actually hear them on the 3rd day of their run. They're still just chatting away as they're running. They're not even low on breath, although they did look a little ragged, many of them begging for water as they just ran by, but they just continued and continued. This is the first time an event has actually been called short. When interviewed by the by the humans, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I do find it hilarious that the humans looked as 3 days? We'll go another 3. And everyone else, every other species, had already stopped. They had won. They were just willing to keep going. Ladies and gentlemen, the endurance of these humans is not to be underestimated. It is absolutely crazy. And because that was one of the very first events, they have become the true favorites around during the Galactic War Games. If you look at what most people are betting on, they are betting for the humans to win, and they have not disappointed. Once again, in the obstacle course, they have come out on top with such a massive lead that it just staggers the minds of those that competed. How they were able to get through every single obstacle without barely even talking to each other was amazing. When interviewed, I still remember one of the females, well, we practice. I don't know how you practice for all this, but apparently the humans enjoy themselves a good obstacle course back on their home planet. One of these days, maybe I'll actually go into their system if that wasn't such a difficult thing to do. Now, inside the large maze, again, the humans showed how good they are as they simply went through without much problems at all. In fact, a few species were disqualified as they were trying to block the humans from actually completing the maze and have been completely disqualified from any other events. And unfortunately, that will remain in place for the rest of the event. However, the humans have petitioned that they will be allowed into the final event as long as they adhere to the rules, and the verdict has not come down yet, ladies and gentlemen. I really wish I had a verdict for you right now, but they are still contemplating. The shooting event was so lopsided, ladies and gentlemen, it was absolutely insane. I still, to this day, do not know how they understand the ballistics of these different weapon systems put in front of them so well after just using it once. It was astounding. They even came in first place in the non-technology category. It was insane, ladies and gentlemen. They brought in a piece of equipment they called, hold on a moment, let me get this right, a crossbow. And as you can see on the screen now, they were hitting the exact targets at over 50 standard paces, what humans call meters. And they simply were laughing at this. Now, it's hard to understand what a human laugh is, but hold on. Yes, I've been told I cannot play the audio, as it turns out the human laughter is rather disturbing for some species out there and has actually sent one back, and they're being psychologically checked at this moment. Though once we finished with that competition, we moved over to one that everyone wanted to watch, which was the slalom. Again, the humans barely came in first place last time, but this time, I don't know what they did to their equipment, but they were much, much faster. We tried to get an interview with the humans afterwards, but they did not want to do interviews. We will try to get more later, but pretty soon we will be starting our final event, which is the final war game, the Force on Force Standard Walker Battle. Everyone has been tuning in for this. We are actually having trouble keeping the stream going, as there's so many people tuning in right now. We will do our best to make sure that we remain online. However, do not be surprised if there is a little bit of lag with the transmission, as you will see so many people want to see the new favorites, the humans, bring out their equipment. It was such a massive upset last time, as no one actually bet on the humans except for the humans themselves. Seemed to upset many of the bookies, I'm sure. However, as you know, I don't like the betting. I like the competition, so to hell with the bookies. Hey, don't throw that at me. I know you like the bookies. But if you look down on the course, ladies and gentlemen, it has been laid out. It is much, much larger than before. It is 4 times larger. There's a reason for this, ladies and gentlemen. They have been allowed to bring not one of each species, but 4 from each species. Each one must still conform with being a walker. Each one is allowed to have whatever weapon system it is outside of nuclear, nanite, or any of the other on the restricted list, as that could be bad. Let's just say it could be bad. As you all know, many people have tried to get bleachers put up towards the exterior. However, every single species in the game, every competitor, to include the humans, surprisingly, has told everybody no, they do not want civilians anywhere close. And at one point, one of the human ambassadors said, if we put any type of bleachers anywhere close, then they will not attend the final War Games battle. And as you know, this brings in a lot of revenue for the planet, ladies and gentlemen, so it was more than willing to turn around and say, nope, no bleachers, no bleachers. Now, as we watch the competitors take the field, each of their ships is bringing in their machines right now. We look around to see each one, and yes, it looks like they've upgraded. Many of them have upgraded with either stronger armor, hopefully stronger legs with that amount of armor. What the hell? Yes, more missiles. Yes, missiles. That is not surprising, as the humans have shown the ability to strike their targets beyond any visual range with their missiles. They have definitely wanted to put an end to the humans themselves in this match. It is most likely going to be one-sided. There's a lot of talk that many species are teaming up and they will not be assaulting each other until the other groups are done. Now, normally this is common, and you get 2 or 3 species linking together. Most of them are only 1 sector apart naturally. But this is surprising that so many of them want to gang up on the humans. And from what we hear, ladies and gentlemen, the humans are more than willing to go at them. And when we interviewed one of them, as we'll cut here. So, what is your thought on the fact that the other species may bring all their weapons to bear at you? Are you nervous, as this is a very dangerous thing to do, what you're doing? And you may be facing the bulk of all the other sentient species. Your response, please. Bring it on. What do you think we're here for? A picnic? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's not put any sugarcoating on that, as if you could. He was very much straight to the point on that. And as you would know, that since there are 4 on each one we are watching, and yes, each one is very, very similar from each species. Looks like they pretty much mass-produced each of their specific ones. It would be interesting, as they know that each of the humans, if they're allowed to bring 4 of those mechanical monstrosities that they had before, this is going to be a very, very difficult target to take out. However, they do move fairly slow, and they only have so much ammo. So they will be limited to their energy weapons and also melee combat. But as you can see, many of them are moving much, much faster than they used to. Looks like they learned they don't want to get too close to the humans, which is understandable. And yes, there's a nice one. Yep, some very, very large cannons are put on there. I wonder how this frame is going to be able to handle it. The superstructure might actually snap firing cannons that large, but, well, we'll see what happens. The humans have not yet arrived yet. And, ladies and gentlemen, I have just been given a message as far as the slalom goes. When the human asked, how come they got so faster? They said, Is this right? This can't be right. We were able to tune our skis. Do you know what this means? Tune the skis. You're kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, that is amazing. I did not expect that humans would actually be able to upgrade their equipment even more, but apparently they did not expect the slalom event, and they simply got a hold of a ragtag group of equipment so that they could actually do it. And now they're getting their purpose-built equipment. No wonder they're so fast, topping out at, holy crap, 152 kilometers per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, this boggles my mind. How did they keep on their own two legs? These bipeds are insane. Do you have any idea what happens to anybody's body when you do that? Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress that is absolutely insane. Wow. No wonder the humans are the favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, the humans are actually bringing down their ship right now. They are coming down into their area, being waved down by everyone, and that is a very, very strange looking ship. That is a very strange, square-looking. What is that? It doesn't have enough wings for lift, ladies and gentlemen. That is just strange, and it is landing. Why are they using fusion engines? That's odd for a species like them. That's very strange. Let's see. The sides are opening. Let's see if they bring out all theirs. Yes, there is that mechanical monster as it walks out very slowly. It is coming down the ramp, ladies and gentlemen, and the crowds are going insane. From here, I can hear everyone cheering, and they want to see this mechanical beast working. And it looks like, if I compare the images, yes, there has been some modifications to it. It seems to be moving a little bit smoother. It moves a little bit faster. Ooh, this is going to be interesting for the rest of them. Are they only bringing one? I do not see the other ones, ladies and gentlemen. And the camera is moving around to the other side. And no, the other doors are not open. I guess they're only going to bring in one. Oh, no, wait, we see. What is that? Ladies and gentlemen, the humans have brought a different type of walker. They're allowed 4, and there is no limit on weight. But what is this? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to describe what I'm looking at, except that it is, again, a walker on 2 legs. I don't know what the humans have about 2 legs, but it is simply walking down, and it has what looks like ballistic weapons up high on its very square and blocky frame. It is walking somewhat normal. It's walking down the ramp, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very confused at what I'm seeing here. It's strange. There's only one other species that changed the style of their walkers, and they did not go this far. It's much smaller than the mechanical beast that we had before, and it's just strange. Even the cockpit is down low. It is strange. Okay, I'm getting reports now, ladies and gentlemen, that this one's called a hunter killer or something. It's a little bit confusing. The translations, ladies and gentlemen, are getting very, very off. So if I confuse a little bit of it, I do apologize. But these humans, being brand new to the Galactic War Games, are really coming out with some funky tricks here. And let's see, what are they bringing out this time? There's another one. Seriously, what am I looking at? I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at wow, it's very triangular if I look at it, ladies and gentlemen. And it does have arms. It is swinging. It's walking almost like a human, except it's very, very stout. I don't see many weapons on it. I see a couple energy weapons seemingly on the arms, but I do not see anything on the actual body of it, which is strange. It seems like the humans usually have weapons on the body as well as the arms, just in case you lose said arm. Maybe humans have weapons in their bodies. I don't know. But this is very, very strange to us, ladies and gentlemen. And I really don't know how to really explain that. It seems to be walking down. The cockpit is very, very down low and towards the front from what I can see. Very strange, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very, very strange to me. No, that's not the cockpit? No, that's not the cockpit. The cockpit is... Well, I can barely see it. It is more towards the top, actually, ladies and gentlemen. I almost didn't see it from the camera angle. It looks like it's very well shielded. I guess this is a one they just don't want the pilot to be taken out, which we can understand. Safety is a thing, but let's face it, this is the Galactic War Games. And I wonder what they're going to bring in next. I do wonder, and we seems like we have to wait a moment as the three get out of the way, and something is coming down for... Wow. What is that? Did they look into the anatomy of the Ganesha? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like a bipedal Ganeshi. Ganeshis being the Cretaceous folks that we have. It looks almost like, I don't know, some sort of sea creature with a hard shell. And it seems to have claws on the front, which is strange. They seem to be moving slightly as it walks. It's very lumbering. This is strange, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea really what I'm looking at. From what I can see, the cockpit is very down low, so it looks like an aerial attack of any sort is not going to do much good. Most of the rounds I expect to bounce off its carapace, if that's the case. It looks very thick. It's moving extremely slow and sluggish compared to the other three, but that is the four that the humans have, and they seem to be moving into their starting positions now. We will get started soon. And yes, the doors are shutting on their dropship. They are about ready to take off. They have dropped off their crews, and off they go, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, that was fast. The humans have definitely brought in their A game today. They have brought more of their technology, and they seem to be very inventive as they get into position. They seem to be moving around a little bit, seemingly opening and closing certain things. I can't tell, but there seems to be different compartments on a few of them. The one with the weapons on high seems to have something on its arms. I'm having trouble getting a good look, but yes. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, those are, in fact, missiles. They are missiles. They are definitely a pod of missiles on each side. And this thing looks like, oh, it must be loaded to the gills with ballistic weapons. It is very, very nasty looking, ladies and gentlemen. And we are getting ready. Everyone is in place, and off we go. There is the flare up into the sky, and the games have begun. The humans are very slowly moving up. They are moving themselves into a formation with, of course, their biggest two up front and the other two towards the rear. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at. It looks like they're trying to cover each other. I would assume that the larger of the two are there to... How do the humans call that? Tank armor? I thought tank armor was something else. Regardless of that, it looks like as we look over the radar here, yes, there is not a single shot fired by any other species. They are all turning towards the humans. And I think the humans might have noticed this because they are actually moving sideways now. They are moving in a way to keep everyone in front of them. And they're backing up. They are backing up. They're actually putting their backs to the wall. This is very smart, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very smart because they are about to get mobbed by everyone. They are going to be swarmed, and it is going to be nasty. And it seems as though the humans haven't, in fact, stopped. They're simply looking around. I don't see much movement as their opponents get closer and closer. And there has been a couple shots. Yes, yep, there has been a couple shots. A few of the species have actually fired at each other and have left the humans alone. I think this is more of a personal thing. Yes, they really don't like each other. Those two, the Ganesh and the Hahan, have been at war several times, and it seems like they're getting a little mad at each other. But that is not what anybody's watching. Everyone is now zooming in on the camera feeds, coming in on the humans. The humans seem to have set up just inside a type of depression. They have all sorts of hills on either side. They do not have line of sight with anything, but I can see a small radar dish on top of its largest one, the mechanical monster, and it is moving around left and right. I also see another large sensor on this one that has all the guns on it, which is surprising. They seem to be analyzing the situation. That's actually smart. Hopefully that everyone else will start turning on each other. But it does not seem like much. As we move over to camera 281, you can see all the different species are almost side by side with each other and actually waving at each other. This is, ladies and gentlemen, I have never seen this before. This is absolutely amazing. This is honestly hilarious to me to ever see them. This is the first time I've seen all the galactic community seemingly come together at once in the fields of friendly strife. And I have a feeling it's not going to be very friendly as it... What was that? Okay, we're back over to the cameras of the humans. And yes, they have sent missiles out. Missiles are continuing to fire from 1, 2, 3. All 4 of them are firing missiles in different directions. They are tracking. They are going in. And they are beginning their assault. And, oh, they're hitting them right... Oh, my... Oh, right on the foreheads. They're bringing... the warheads have struck the foreheads of each of these. It's precision shots, and they are busting up the cockpits. If they get close, it looks like they have damaged the sensor arrays. They have damaged the controls, and many of them are out of control, ladies and gentlemen. They are beginning to do their dance as the systems start to freak out, trying to gain more and more control. Ejection pods, yes, multiple ejection pods up as the next volley of missiles is going out. They are going out. Seems like it's a one-and-done situation as they begin to fire in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, my God. Can you even count this? We're going to put a counter up in the corner of the screen, ladies and gentlemen, because I cannot keep count of how many have just gone down. As some of them seem to be gone down, but they seem to be trying to get their machines back into the fight. Oh, so many. The giganity. It's crazy. More ejection pods going up. A few of them actually ejecting before they are struck. And it seems as though a few of them are taking position. Yes, they are getting ready to fire. They're beginning to lob their shots over towards the humans. The humans are moving. The humans are getting out of the line of fire as soon as they can. It seems like, yes, their large one that is very flat with the claws has taken a direct hit on the carapace, and doesn't seem to have taken much damage at all. Is that a blade of armor? What is that? I don't know, some sort of fibrous armor, I think. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. The humans do not share their technology with anybody. They seem to be scared of doing so. No matter how many times people have asked to share their technology or even to purchase it, they just do not do it. So I can't tell you what type of armor that is. All I can tell you that it just sloughed off several of their cannon rounds. A few of the cannons, let's see if there's any. Yes, as I was expecting, those cannon rounds, they fired them too fast, and they have actually damaged their own machines. I guess they tried to get a one and done on the mechanical monster, but it seems as though they have missed. The humans seem to realize that there was ordnance coming in, and they moved out of the way before the ordnance landed. Oh, it is crazy. They are dancing about. They're moving around. It is amazing how graceful most of them are. The one that is squat with the carapace seems to have a lot of trouble getting up to speed. It is not moving very fast. And pretty soon it's not going to matter much. They are about 30 seconds to a minute from when they're going to be within visual range. It seems as though they're going to try and attack the humans from almost all 4 cardinal directions. And it seems as though they're about to reach over the hill. The humans are actually lining up on all different directions, facing out. And pretty soon here they come. First ones in. Oh, what the? The humans have just opened up with all sorts of ballistic weapons. The one with all the cannons on top is just firing rapid fire in every direction. Every time somebody comes across, it is simply mowing them down. 5, 6, 10, 12, 14 shots are striking it. Crazy how many rounds are coming out of it. The mechanical monster is even firing not only small ballistic rounds that are seemingly barely scraping the armor, but it seems they have added a large cannon in the torso. Oh, wow. Oh, shit. That thing just struck with enough force. It has just disintegrated one of the other walkers and sent another one flying with a splash damage. This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. I have never seen anyone hold off that many walkers coming in at the same time. A few of them are actually trying to charge in and are getting met with, they're just firing ballistic weapons over and over and over again. Can they keep this up, ladies and gentlemen? It seems like they are still getting mobbed, and more. The walkers are coming over the hills. They seem to be spreading out more, and they are actually starting to get a few shots off just as they clear the hill. They're able to fire at least one volley of fire, whether that be missiles, ballistic, or energy, and they are scraping away at the humans, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like the one with the big guns is having a lot of trouble keeping itself up. It is actually blowing through. We can see the barrels on those weapons beginning to glow, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if it can keep this up for too much longer. It seems to have stopped firing and is backing up. It does. Oh, it just went and used energy weapons out of its torso, ladies and gentlemen. It did. A couple of green energy weapons being used, and they might not be enough, but it's definitely enough to keep them back for another one to come up. And yes, they began to use the blue and green energy weapons, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. This might mean they're out of ammunition. With that much volley of fire coming out, I would not be surprised how much they actually had on them. It is dangerous to bring in a lot of ammunition, as internal ammo explosions are horrible, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen many machines being torn apart on this. It is absolutely crazy. They are still trying to push down on the humans. The one that is stout as, hold on, let's get a good look. It has just opened its claws. What? Those aren't claws. Oh, those are cannons. Those are cannons, ladies and gentlemen. They have just used them. One right after the other. Left, right, left, right. The Kaichanity. The Dorani just, they just ate that to the face. Oh, that is horrible. Well, each one of those cannons, it's the same. It looks like it's the same one in the torso of the metal behemoth over here. It is absolutely crazy. And they're still going. The one that was triangular, it seemed like that thing was simply loaded with missiles. It has not fired missiles in a while. I believe they have used them all up before anybody got close. And it seems, everyone is starting to pull back. It seems like they're trying to regroup and figure out what to do. A few of the human machines are currently steaming. They are extremely hot, and a few of them seem to have taken some damage. They have actually got damage to them. The one taking the most damage seems to be the one with all the cannons, and they seem to be repositioning to push it towards the back. And I don't know what they're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely crazy. They have gone in, and the humans have withstood the first attack, the first wave, and they just around the entire depression, you can see there are just piles and piles of machines. A few of the crews are still trying to bail out and get away. A few other ejection pods are still in the air. There are parachutes out, and retrieval teams are out there, but as you know, ladies and gentlemen, the retrieval teams cannot go in unless requested, specifically by the pilots themselves. That is a safety thing, just like the bleachers, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot go in until this is over. It seems as though they want to calm everything down, though, and ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what is happening. It looks like many of the machines are opening up their backs. Their carapaces are flipping open, and if we can get a better look in those, are those missiles? Are those? No, they're mortar rounds and missiles and rockets and all sorts of... Wow, there's a lot of ordnance coming in. This is going to be a fireworks display, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why they didn't use this before. I guess they thought they could get these humans up really close. But no, ladies and gentlemen, they're deciding to barrage the entire area. I guess the initial artillery just didn't work, so they figured they would use guided missiles. And it looks like the humans are going to be eating this. And what in the ever-loving crap is that? The humans, their machines are firing back up in the missiles. They seem to be shooting them down. What is it? Does anybody know what that is? What? And no kidding, it's an anti-missile system. What is that? A Swizz? I guess they call it a Swizz. That's what the humans call it, a Swizz. We don't know what... It's just knocking them out left and right. It seems like it's just burning through ammunition like crazy. We didn't notice these before. We just thought it was a small sensor array, but no, these are actually guns on there, and they are knocking the missiles down left, right, and center. And it looks like, a few of them are getting through, ladies and gentlemen. A few are, and they are striking. It looks like the two in the back are actually trying to hide behind the larger ones and succeeding. It looks like the triangular one has taken some extra damage in its torso. It looks like it's trying to double check to make sure everything is working, and no, it cannot open that side anymore. It seems as though the plating has actually been stuck down to it by the force of the explosion. We are looking now, and it looks like the one with the cannons has gotten through. It has taken another couple of hits, but it is still going. We can see some of the internal components, and is it bleeding? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to check on this. Hey, check this out. Are they organic? Are they? They're not. Ladies and gentlemen, even though it looks like these machines are organic, they are not. It is noted that this is a type of petroleum? They still use that. That's strange. Anyway, it's a type of fluid they use as mostly a lubricant. It is simply leaking from their machines. It may look like blood. So if you have any of your children watching, we recommend that you turn them away now. It looks like that volley of missiles was their last strike. Doesn't seem like they have any, as many of the carapaces are closing, and I cannot see from any of the camera angles any of the missiles still remaining. Their pods seem to be completely and totally closed. Here we go, and oh, they're charging again. They're charging again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it looks like they're saying go for broke. They have spread out all the way around, and the humans have actually gone back to back. They are out, and they are holding back to back, and it looks like they're going to make their last stand there. And here they come. Oh, hey, they're not out of ballistics yet. It looks like they just needed time for their weapons to cool off a little bit, and it seems like the one with all the cannons on top is just letting loose with all sorts as you hear the daka, 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 daka as this thing is going off. It is absolutely thunderous as it is going off. Ladies and gentlemen, I can actually hear the crowd as they're watching this on the view screen, and they are just cheering. They want to see the humans actually make it through. They're actually cheering for the loss of their own people at some point. Holy, I did not think that was going to ever be possible. But they are just screaming, human, 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 and they're going off like crazy. It looks like the mechanical monster is actually moving forward. It looks like it's trying to go into... Yes, it is getting in close. Not only has it used all its missiles at one point, but it seems... Oh, no, it hasn't. Oh, those short-range missiles. They look like rockets to me. It seems like it had another pod set aside specifically for short range, and they have just taken out several more vehicles. The other side is down only to about 20%. It seems like, again, they are on a go-for-broke mission. Ride or die at this point, and here they come with another one, and the one with all the big cannons has stopped firing the cannons. It does not seem to have any missiles in its pod, and it seems to be just backing up as best it can with the green energy weapons firing. It seems to be almost desperate. I don't know if it's out of ammo or it's just overheated again, ladies and gentlemen, but it seems to be seriously desperate. The one that was triangular seems to be still blasting away with its ballistic weapons, but has switched over to several energy weapons it had inside its torso and a couple in its arms, and is still doing a lot of damage, but it seems to be taking a lot of damage as well. The other two are taking significant damage but are not even slowing down. The one that had cannons in its claws seems to be going in and... Oh, tell me it's not going to... Oh, it just used its claw to crush down on one of them. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I did not expect to see that. Now, I did remember seeing how the mechanical monstrosity stepped on a few others last time, but this is a new level of hate. This is just crazy. And we can... We can. Okay, we've actually been able to tap into a few of the human comms, and what do you mean we can't play it? They're laughing. They're laughing as they're fighting through. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say about that, except I will go back down to the field, and it looks like the last of them are jumping on. They're trying to take them down. The one with all the cannons is actually... He is down. He is down, ladies and gentlemen. He's down and currently thrashing about. It seems like he's trying to get set up a little bit, and he's up, and it looks like he's just lost one of the arms. Yes, has been removed. The other one seemed to be looking in to cover him, and the mechanical monstrosity. He looks angry. Oh, wait, they painted a skull on it. Of course it looks angry. And yep, he's coming in and strike. Oh, melee attack. There they go, flying away. And the crowd again is going absolutely insane, seeing the human engineering just tear into this. The one with the more triangular body seems to be having a lot more problems. This thing looked like it was made to carry a lot more missiles than it was for self-defense weapons, and it seems like it's doing the same as the one with all the guns. It is backing away more and more and more. It is getting mobbed. It's down it goes, down it goes, down. The leg is gone, ladies and gentlemen. The leg is done, and down he falls down and eject. There is an ejection. The humans have ejected for the first time, and off they go. And the other one with the guns, it is currently trying to get up. And yes, ejection is confirmed. Ejection is confirmed. They have just taken down 2 of the 4 humans, and this seems to have put a little bit of fire in everyone's bottom as they are at the other humans trying to take them down. But it doesn't seem like these are going to be much. They're not going to be easy to take down. They have tanked every single piece of weapons fire, and it seems like they're not even slowing down. Not only have they just taken over 90% of their adversaries down, but it seems like they're out of ballistic weapons, they're overheating from their energy weapons, and they're still taking them down. They seem to be charging close, although that one with the claws seems to not be fast enough to be able to close the distance. Everyone is backing away. But yes, yes, it does still have at least one energy weapon. One of those blue energy weapons is cutting through each of them. It takes a couple hits, but yes, it is taking them down. It looks like it's more aiming for the legs. Yes, it is aiming for the legs. For those that have multiple legs, this isn't going to do too much, but it is going to slow them down just enough to... Oh, they better eject. They better eject. Ejection confirmed, and oh, we just got stepped on. Oh, jeez. They're not recovering that. Oof. Jeez, the salvage team's going to have trouble even getting that out of the dirt. That is insane. That is a lot. I mean, that machine that the human is in must weigh a whole lot because it just squished it like a bug. No pun intended. I know the ere are actually insectoids, but still, that was a bit much. And it looks like they're down to the last few, and yes, they have actually been able to shoot the arm off this one that's squat. I don't know if the cannons even had armor or any ammo left in them at this point. The battle's been going on for so long. I have trouble figuring out how much is left. They don't put a counter on how much ammo they've got in there. It seemed like they had a lot for missiles, and they had a lot for ballistic weapons, but it seems like they've simply run dry, ladies and gentlemen, and they're all trying to get distance, and unfortunately they didn't count that these last 2 did have energy weapons. They are not running out of energy weapons, and at this point I see white flags going up, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they have put up white flags. They do not want to continue fighting, or they are unable to do so, and the games are over, ladies and gentlemen. The humans have once again come out number 1 in the Galactic War Games. This is insane. Who would have thought that a species that had just been welcomed into the galactic community just over 10 years ago would have been able to do this in 2 different war games? Ladies and gentlemen, we wonder how the Galactic War Games are going to happen next time. The rules may change a little bit, but I can guarantee you that in the next War Games, the humans are going to be the absolute favorites in every single event. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host signing off. And for the rest of you, I will see you in 10 of our years for the next Galactic War Games.